Yellow friendo bindos, it's your friend Colorblind Fox bringing you some more Game Pass Let's Look At. Today we are checking out Mass Effect Legendary Edition. One thing to note, this is with Game Pass Ultimate because it's part of the EA Play collection. But what it does give you is it gives you all three Mass Effect games. It brings you the launcher in the first game. Once you download the first game in the launcher, you can start downloading the second and the third game, but they all come together as a bundle. But we'll just kind of jump into it right here. We've started off a character. Let's see if hitting resume just takes us right to it. We started off the character, got our character developed, and yeah, so we'll go from here. Load up. Now, heads up, Mass Effect Legendary Edition. It's just kind of an enhanced version of the original Mass Effect Trilogy. Looks a little bit better, which was a role-playing game as a space exploration sort of thing, where you play your character here, Commander Shephard. We actually named him Fox Shephard, but everyone just refers to him as Shephard. So we have dropped on this alien planet. It is called Eden Prime, and there was some distress beacons, some attacks going on. This happens to be a human settlement. So we could switch weapons for your squad. So we just arrived on the planet, so we got to kind of figure out what these distress beacons are. And for those of you unaware of the Mass Effect Trilogy, it's a role-playing game where your decisions from the first game will carry all the way through to the second and all the way to the third game. All right, and there is space combat, so we'll aim here. And I believe there were increases as far as, you know, aiming. Let's see. I would like that off. Let's see if Mr. Jenkins is okay. Oh, shit. Jenkins was one of our co-worker, or not co-workers, one of our teammates, squad mates. Let's see. He deserves a burial. But we seem to be very unaffected by his death. But seeing as how this is the very beginning of the game, we have yet to, you know, build any kind of close relationships with him. All right. So we have Metagel that will heal. Let's see. Oh, so here you could have your partner's abilities. You could use them to do that. Use R to aim at target. Select a power and then hit A. So we're still kind of learning combat. All right, so as we gain levels, so you can also see this. So we could go to our squad. As you see here, we're level 2 and we have 3 points. So we definitely want to put some stuff in pistols. We'll actually get marksman, because once we get to level 5, we could start doing sniper rifles as well. Decryptions, Omnigel recovered, open secure, and we can even intimidate. Let's see, we'll do a little bit to electronics as well. And we have our teammate Caden here. Usually with people I don't play as, I'll just do a auto level up. Y to heal our squad. Okay, so we could also do squad specific moves. Attack your target, a specific point. So we could say, hey, attack them. So we could have our squad mates move forward. So there's a squad mechanic on here. I'm not sure how much of that gets utilized. It depends on your playstyle. You could kind of do a run and gun. Did I just throw a grenade? I threw something. Yeah, I threw like some kind of grenade. So we're still kind of getting used to the controls. As their first foray into a third-person shooter, I think BioWare was more known for Dragon Age and stuff like that. So this was definitely, or Knights of the Old Republic as well. They did Jade Empire. So getting into a third-person shooter, the first game does feel a little rougher. I know second and third, the combat is a lot smoother, a lot more streamlined. But I mean, this still feels good. And I feel like there are some improvements that were added to these games as well. All right, so we got some Geth, which we'll learn about later in the game. Oh, that's still a grenade. I want to reload, but our games here, they don't... Oh, there's a run mechanic. That looks pretty bad. Oh, shoot, they took out the Geth. But we actually don't learn a whole lot about the Geth, I think, until the second game. Are you okay? She'll become one of our squad mates. She's actually pretty important to the story, at least as far as the first game goes.
We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life.
So let's figure out what happened to your unit. There might not be much of a unit left.
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others. I think I'm the only one left.
We could be a dick and be like, you abandoned them.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't
No,
do anything to save them.
she just lost her squad mates, so we're not gonna shit on her parade right now.
Until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
It's a good question.
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
Let's see. Well, let's just take us there.
Coming with us, Williams. We need that beacon.
Aye, aye, sir. It's time for payback.
And then here's kind of like the talking wheel right here, so we can investigate and ask more stuff. So those Geth that attack us, we could say, hey, what was going on with those Geth? What do you know about it? So if you're intrigued to learn more, you could talk, and there's different talking paths that you could unlock to learn more. But you know, all this, as far as most of the stuff in this game, is just secondary. So we could find out about the beacon. This is the big thing we're worried about, is the beacon. Nihilus is a Turian, which is a alien who was kind of part of our squad. They were more of like an add-on, kind of overwatching us, making sure everything was getting done correctly. And they did mention that he is a Spectre, which actually plays a big role in this first game. Spectres are kind of outside of the law of jurisdiction. They're kind of abide by their own rules and get the job done that needs to be done. We got an upgrade kit. All right, so we'll take all those. Got some light armor. So there's equipment as well. So once we go to our squad, she could level up. I'm not too worried about that. We could go down to our equipment, and so there's different guns here. We have special abilities for our sniper rifles and our pistols because of the character we developed. Different characters can have different abilities. So here we have a scorpion armor that does provide, you know, more damage protection. So we'll absolutely swap that out. There's not a, there doesn't seem to be an ability to maximize your equipment automatically. You do have to. We will take cover behind the rock. Okay, so there is a cover mechanic, kind of like almost like a Gears of War. We could click, we could crouch for weapon stability. Yeah, so there is a cover mechanic that will help you out a whole lot. And those Geths are actually pretty weak. So we can throw a grenade and detonate it on our own. I thought they were auto detonating. Ashley, I need you to move, and if you're not going to move, I'm going to ask you to just, oh my god. Ashley, you're going to hold A while moving forward to storm rapidly while in combat. Yeah, her head was kind of in the way there. We can't even melee attack, so just we need to do a whack. All right, so we'll check out what's in the crate. We will take all. We got a sniper rifle. Here's the dig site. So we will investigate the dig site.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
We don't know.
Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
Are there any survivors?
Here alive.
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramp.
So as far as the game, there is a lot of dialogue. So okay, so if you hold the left bumper, you could equip different weapons. So right here we have our sniper rifle. And one thing I would like to do is check our sniper, because it did say we got a different sniper. I can't even rotate through. Accuracy rating is a little less accurate, but there is more damage, so I will absolutely do that. Pistol, a little less accurate, a little more damage. That's completely fine by me. Yeah, so we have 4 categories of weapons: pistol, assault rifle, shotgun, and sniper rifle. And then obviously, you know, sniper rifle, it does come with a scope.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
And then you may have not noticed it, but on our hand we have an orange glow. It's considered an omni tool, which is good for, you can use it for hacking. Depending on your class, you can use it as like a sword.
Do to them.
There are some character classes that have like telekinetic abilities almost. Right, so we hit the husk. Sniping's a little rough on this first game. Looks like you can't damage them until they are off and running around. They're not the smartest. These husks are zombie-like characters. I'm gonna hold off on using that. I do, honestly, I wish I kind of would have chosen a guy that was more into assault rifles. But you know, you get what you choose. All right, so we'll kind of come here, scavenge for money, scavenge for Omnigel. Omnigel is good because that is health. Okay, some locked objects are required decryption. We will do a manual override. A, B, B, X. So that's easy. You just press the buttons that pop up on screen. Could not be easier.
Humans. Thank the maker.
Hurry, close the door.
All right, so we got a couple survivors. Just,
What are you doing?
I was gonna say, tell me what happened.
Dr. Warren, I was in charge of this excavation. We hid in the shed during the attack. They must have come for the beacon.
So one of the things our commander, the captain, had told us about this mission is survivors are secondary, Beaker's most important.
Marines held them off long enough.
So that's kind of a thing that you got to consider. Do you want to, you know, focus your energy on helping these people, or would you want to move on and just, you know, get the beacon? Because the beacon has the possibility to be some kind of weapon. Let's see what the attack.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast.
And there's a
One second
there was a massive mysterious figure on the distress beacon,
while the Geth
and so there's kind of a mystery on what really attacked.
Of darkness, heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We
And so they're doing all this dialogue to kind of build up like the importance of this. Have you seen Nihilus?
Korean in the area?
I saw him, the prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack.
So you got this guy
Nihilus was with us in the Normandy.
just putting some doubt in your mind. Hey, is Nihilus actually an enemy or not?
Unsettled.
Because you're talking to this guy who's a little unsettled, and by unsettled I mean this guy is
Williams, take us to
nuts.
You can't stop it. Nobody can stop
Yeah,
it.
this guy's kind of losing his mind. So you want to take everything he says with a grain of
Slow
salt.
it down. You'll feel better once the medication kicks in.
Yeah, and he's on meds, so like really how much can you know, take his word? But he might be right. Maybe Nihilus is a bad guy. It's hard to tell kind of at this beginning juncture. So there's Nihilus right there.
Saren.
And so now he found another Turian. And they both look pretty close to one another. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that.
The council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
So Saren is part of the council who is kind of in charge of us. So yeah, it sounds like a betrayal right there. So there's a little intrigue on who we got to believe in. All right, so we do have some Geths here, and oh yeah, so the snipers do have some pretty good damage. Maybe not so much for the husks with their shields. Okay, I really need Ashley to bugger off. Now, if you get some good headshots in, that's pretty good. All right, yeah, the husks, they seem to have a bad problem with the AI, but that's kind of one thing about alien type creatures is, do they have bad AI, or are they just or zombies, you know? All All right, so there's a few cells we could. Well, it said we could investigate it, but we could. Oh no, Nihilus is dead.
Over behind those crates.
Wait, don't shoot. I'm one of you. I'm human.
We can see who are you.
What are you doing sneaking around back there?
As far as my character's face, you might notice that he's not your typical Commander Shephard that you've seen through all the promotional material. You get to make your own character, by the way.
I need to know how Nihilus died.
I need to know how this man was murdered.
The other one got here first. He was waiting when your friend showed up. He called him Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to.
So this guy had a pretty good view of what actually happened.
And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the.
What happened to the beacon? That's the most important thing.
We were told the Promethean Beacon was brought to the spaceport. What happened to it?
It's over on the other platform, probably where that guy Saren was headed. He hopped on the cargo train right after he killed your friend. I knew that beacon was trouble.
Wait. Who said we were friends? We barely knew the Turian. We barely knew Nihilus, but like it sucks he died.
How come you're the only one who survived? Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the crates?
Yeah, good question.
They never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Wait a minute. You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Hell yeah.
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
I mean, I can't hate on that.
Because you're lazy?
Yeah. So you'd be like, oh, you're disgusting, but
If you hadn't
hell yeah, man.
nap, you'd probably be dead just like all the others.
Yeah, it's a good thing you got that nap.
Yeah, I guess. I don't
I'm happy for the man. So we could investigate some other stuff, but we'll just kind of keep it pushing. We'll keep it going.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay.
And this game is very big in its choices, so you could go as as little or as deep as you want to into. All right, and we could kind of see if there's anything back here we want. There's an upgrade kit. Get some rounds. I'll check on how to open those up or get used to those in a minute. Metagel's good. That'll get us some heals. There are some Geth troopers. This may be a little too close combat for the sniper, but the sniper does slap. There are something like that kind of sucks when it gets really close. But yeah, I remember this not having the best combat. Like the combat does get rough. There are definitely certain scenarios. All right, so we can use certain abilities. So overkill info allows longer bursts of assault rifle without overheating. Allows you to throw enemies and objects using a Mass Effect. Okay, so yeah, one of the reasons I chose this character is so I could do this thing called throw. But until I have issues with the sniper, I'm not gonna worry too much about the throw because it looks like I'm just able to do one-shot snipes. Is there a guy right here? Looks like it. Maybe I can. I don't know how throw's gonna work. Yeah, let's throw this man. Oh yeah, so I just threw the Geth trooper. Yeah, he's dead. Wonder if I could. Can I throw this? No, it's recharging. Anyway, I was say if I could throw this containment cell, that'd be pretty cool. So we could do a little sneaky if we need to. Trying to figure out where they're shooting at. Yes, right there. And this is still cooling off. It does take a while for it to heal away. Yeah, so the snipers are so good. Did I not? Oh, there's another boy. I was like, did I not murder him? Yeah. We did level up. We'd like this guy to come out of hiding. Still recharging. We could have our teammates use their abilities too, so we could damage enemy shields within a certain radius, overheat nearby enemy weapons. So we'll do that real quick to see Oh, that just murdered the boy. That actually worked out very well. And as you level up, you get more power. So what we could do real quick, we'll do a quick level up. I want to get our sniper rifle leveled up as well. Electronics, first aid. So you have to get your decryption to 7 points before you can do first aid. We'll get there, and we have a ton of points. Honestly, we'll get 5 there. So sniper rifles are unlocked. So we'll just put a point in it. Increases accuracy, and sniper rifles grants the assassination ability. That's pretty sick. You also do intimidation once you want to like scare people away and be like, hey, do this for me or I'll throw you off this roof, that sort of thing. Infiltrator will like to be stealthy. Tech mines reduces overheating on sniper rifles and pistols. And then we'll try and get our charm up. I definitely want to get that higher because that'll open some conversational paths for us. All right, and our goal was to get to the end of this train, so we're gonna just activate these controls and continue our path forward.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
This guy that we have no backstory for is, you know, kind of leading the Geth, which is pretty big as well. And I can't tell if those are like his normal eyes, if those are robotic eyes. Oh, he is being levitated, which is a little spooky. A little spooky. Not normal. All right, and they're going to see us coming in. So one of the biggest and coolest things about Mass Effect is, I did say, you know, some of the decisions you make in the first games will come over. We're going to disarm that.
Hurry! We need to find them
But that includes your character creation. So abilities and stuff you learn in the first game will kind of affect your abilities in the second and third game as well. And I didn't really need you to take cover, but that's fine. We'll snipe these guys so we're not getting shot at. The sniper rifle seems very OP at this current juncture. We're getting exactly what we need. All right, we do have a time limit, so we do want to kind of get this going. Okay, I do see a bomb over here, so we're going to get over here. The run animation seems a little bit goofy, but that just may be me in my thought process. All right, so there are Geth like right on us, so we want them to back the fudge off. All right, so we're gonna move as a squad. One of our teammates is actually very low on health. Okay, so our radar is jammed, which is weird. I don't know what's jamming our radar. We're gonna come in on here, check our corners. There is a Geth sniper right here. I thought we were getting shot from behind. Okay, no more sniper, he's gone. All right, so there is an objective here. Nice and easy disarm. All right, so we got all our charges disarmed. Can I heal my teammates? Can I heal you? What about my squad? I should also level them up, I guess, too. Okay. That's me, Caden. Okay, so they are leveled up as well. Now they have more abilities. And there's an easy button to, you know, put your gun away, put them back up. Yo, get wrecked. Those husks, they take some damage, honestly. Okay. Looks like she has that husk. Thank you. All right, and the music's calmed down, so seems good for us to, you know, maybe take a minute to explore. We could put those away. Once you put your gun away, they do run a little bit silly, but that's fine. So here we have the Promethean Beacon, which is what we were all about. Before I investigate that, we'll do a little bit of searching. Hey, got a new shotgun and assault rifle. We got an assault rifle level 2. So I don't mind that. So we go from 120 damage to 160 damage. A lot less accurate though. All right. This Onyx armor. Why can't I put that on? So that's going Hydra 1. It is 17 damage protection. I don't know what's keeping me from putting it on. There's probably got to be something in the manual that says, hey, you can't put this on because you're not a high enough level yet, or yada yada yada. But as far as my knowledge, at a cursory glance, I don't know.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It also turns Saren into a bad guy.
We dug it up. Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
She just got blasted with some alien radiation. Looks like it's sucking her in too. All right, so you know, we just saved her life and we're being almost cursed with all these visions. Yeah, so we just seen a lot of stuff and we don't even know what we saw. But we also just may be dead. It's not a good time for Shephard. All right, and that ship, that's a pretty important ship to the whole story. And so we could kind of see what's going on from their side.
Down on Eden Prime, the Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of
Yeah,
the
destroyed.
humans may have used it.
He's not happy about that.
This human must be eliminated.
Sir, she was just the messenger. All right, and we
Doctor,
have had a really bad day. And that's our ship's doctor. We've had a few conversations with her in our ship, so you do get some chances. Let's see. I just want to know what happened.
How did I end up here? How long was I out?
We do get some time to like walk around our ship and know our crewmates and build some relationships with them.
With the beacon, I think.
it's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
Where's the beacon now? What happened to it?
We also do have a pretty sick scar on our face, so we got to choose that scar. You also get to choose your character's backstory. I would like to thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
As far as our character's backstory, we were a colonist and we joined the space army and became a war hero. And you get to kind of choose what your backstory is and what people know about you.
Science typically associated with intense streaming.
It was a vision.
I saw. I'm not sure what I saw. Death? Destruction? Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report.
And like,
Oh,
there's a fine line they're trying to draw between like, you know, super serious, but like also good writing. It's a fun time. I would not say this is bad by any means. There is a budget that went into this game for sure.
Be in the mess if you need me.
And it shows. And it may not be everybody's cup of tea, but if you like sci-fi,
You're okay?
you know, this is something you could typically
Chief
get used to.
The Normandy crew.
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Sure.
Williams is a
Yeah,
good
we just kidnapped someone off of Eden Prime, and hey, you're part of the crew,
Whatever it is
kid.
with you, that's why I added her to our crew.
Yeah, I mean, we lost Jenkins.
under my
So we'll just replace him.
You did a good job, Shepard.
Can we just keep saying the same
I
thing?
don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't.
Yeah, you just keep repeating this one line. Sometimes, like, they won't let you repeat lines,
See me in private, Captain?
but I guess you could just keep saying that one over and over again
Things look bad.
until they understand it was your fault.
Dead.
No.
The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The council's going to want answers.
I mean, yeah, so there's like a council of different alien species who kind of oversees,
I'll stand behind you and
you know, our
You're a
section of people.
That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue.
So we got a rogue character.
A rogue Spectre's trouble.
Yeah.
Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
No.
Why?
Why would he hate humans?
Growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself.
So there is like stories of politics and who likes what and who falls under what section. So you kind of get to see how like people feel. And humans are a relatively new race as far as like the intergalactic hierarchy falls. I saw a vision.
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
It was a
I saw
warning.
synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the council, Shepard.
You want to report my dream?
What are we gonna tell him? I had a bad dream?
Yeah, see?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology, blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction, whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
You're right. You're absolutely right,
Some way to take him down.
Mr.
It's not that he's
Keith Davidson.
He's a Spectre. He can go
And they do have some good voice casts on here. So you have
on our side.
Captain Anderson being played by Keith Davidson. You know, he just has that
Saren's gone rogue, and the council
deep voice
I'll contact the ambassador.
that's very well known within the video game industry.
He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
All right, so from here, so we're actually on our ship now. So between combats, you do get chances to decompress a little bit, find out more about the story, you know, explore around.
Hey, Commander.
So we have Ashley. She's just like, hey, and I could just ignore her. Or we could, you know, have our conversation.
The crew could
You know,
use some
maybe-
answers after what happened to Jenkins.
He will, you could either say he'll be missed or soldiers die.
When the number comes up, it's over. He's dead.
That's just so,
It's as simple as that, sir.
how you holding up?
Pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out. And you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't.
The mission failed. So yeah, you get to choose
Thanks.
which path you want to go. Usually there's about 3 paths. You could be really good and noble. You could just be kind of a dick, but like getting the job done. Or you could kind of draw like a neutral line. Don't disappoint me.
Everyone on this ship has to do his or her part, Williams. Remember that.
Understood, sir.
Yeah, so we got Paragon. So how you act is going to affect how the people handle you and how you're perceived by a lot of people.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
So some people just be like, hey, glad to see you're okay. Some people want to, you know, talk more. We got Captain Anderson over here. I'm trying to see if there's anything else of note. We could run around. And as you go on, you're like, oh, hey, I know this person. I really like Joker, the pilot, just because of the conversations we have. Or you'd be like, oh, hey, the doctor, she kind of sucks every now and then, or yada, yada, yada. So you kind of get to determine what's going on. You have a comm link here. So there's different parts of it. You have right here a big galaxy map. So cool thing about the galaxy map. Oh, I am not a commanding officer at this point. That'll come later. Yeah, you get to go up on there and get to control where to guide the ship, what planet you want to go on, that sort of thing. So like I was saying, hey, over here we have Joker.
Timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Oh, so I didn't know that was actually just going to completely finish it off, but here's a big thing of the story right here. This is a Mass Effect relay, and that lets us do warp speed travel from one location to another. And those are set up all around the universe, and those were set up prior to us discovering them. The humans did not make that, and this right here is the Citadel. This would be the big hub world for all alien civilization. Like, I guess you could kind of consider it like a Washington, D.C. of space, almost.
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Now, like, planets still exist, like Earth's still there, our whole universe is still there. But there's a bunch of other planets.
This is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted.
Yeah, I wish before talking to Joker, I would have talked to some of the other characters just to get a little more experience, a little more lore. But this is probably good for you to see landing the ship. And another thing this kind of reminds me of is kind of like a small Halo ring. Because there's like a whole, I wouldn't say planet on it, but there's a huge civilization on it. And that's our ship landing. Another thing too, load times. Load times super fast on this game.
Outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
So right here you have the Citadel leaders over here. We have this ambassador for the humans, really.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
And the council's made up of several different alien races, which is pretty cool.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
Yeah, just the basics.
Mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are.
They absolutely are.
Convinced the council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
I mean, it's the truth, though.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. If they don't stop him, I will.
Yeah, I'll just go murder him.
You've already done
No
more
biggie.
enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope
Yeah.
the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain.
Yeah, so there's some hope of
For the hearing.
my character actually Shephard becoming Spectre, so I get to kind of, you know, create the rules and go where I want to go and investigate Saren. All right, and so here we're actually on the Citadel, and you could kind of see how big it is. And when I say like Halo ring, that's what I'm talking about. Like it rotates up, and I don't know if it's real clouds or just like a big LED of a cloud. It's definitely synthesized. It's it's not an actual atmosphere here, but yeah, it's a big space city and just kind of a big place to look around and check it out. Anyways, that's kind of the basis of Mass Effect. See, I don't think I could I was about to say, I don't think I could shoot in the city because there's not much reason to attack, but you can. You could shoot your gun inside the town where there's no enemies, so be careful. Anyways, that's Mass Effect Legendary Edition, out on most major platforms: PC, Xbox, PlayStation. It is on Game Pass Ultimate via EA Play, so if you're part of either of those subscriptions, you could get it included with that bundle. Anyways, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. See ya.